Justice Watchers, before we begin, I want to make this absolutely clear. The following broadcast contains public domain courtroom footage, commentary, and legal analysis. This content is presented under the Fair Use Doctrine as defined by 17 U.S.C. 107 and is protected by multiple Supreme Court rulings, which you see below. This stream is transformative, educational, and journalistic in nature. It includes original commentary, trial breakdowns, legal interpretation, and critical analysis, not raw redistribution. We do not claim ownership over any public domain footage, and all use is strictly within legal bounds. If you're watching this content, you're engaging in a protected, transformative experience, grounded in law, never in speculation. And if anyone has a problem with that, take it up with Campbell, Brady, Miranda, and Irvin. Remember, guys, justice always works better when we watch. So keep watching. See you in the courtroom.
Remain seated. Come to order. Court is now in session.
Sure.
Judge, you can maybe just ask them before you get the verdict if they've seen or heard anything on the news, just because we haven't been in this morning.
I asked them that this morning,
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, thank you.
and that was all on the record also.
Okay, all right.
Just the numbers. I didn't know that.
All rise for the jurors.
Jury's returned. You all may be seated. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My understanding is that you all have reached a verdict. All right, and who's the foreperson? Ma'am, if you could hand the verdict form to one of the bailiffs. Thank you, sir. Okay, Madam Clerk, you publish the verdict.
State of Florida versus Ronny Tremel Walker, verdict form. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1, the defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged. And did the defendant actually and personally kill Nilexia Alexander? Yes. Related to a criminal trial proceeding or investigation of a capital felony? Yes. So say we all, dated the 24th day of June 2025, signed foreperson of the jury.
Would the defense like the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Juror number 1, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 2, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror number 3, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror number 4, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, is
For a 10-minute recess while we work out a few logistic matters.
All rise.
Yeah, you can go back, Sean, for that.
To talk about, we have the prison release reoffender, and at what point would you like to consider that? After the
After we complete the second phase.
federal, that's fine. Stayed, no problem with that, I assume.
I'm sorry, Judge? Well, I don't have an objection to
All
that.
right, I'm not even sure under the law if it would apply to a death case anyway, because it's life or death either way. Secondly, there's the third charge, felon in possession of a firearm.
So that charge was severed, Judge.
It was severed, right, so you're just going to leave that.
Right, we'll handle that after this is all.
I figured as much. I just wanted to make sure that was the case.
Well, Judge, I believe we need to proceed with that now, the felon in possession charge, as far as the indictment is concerned. We're prepared. All we need is to get our fingerprint examiner down here, and we can proceed forward with it. We've got instructions done on it, and we've got a verdict form ready for that one as well.
That was severed from the charges, so he will be entitled to an entirely separate trial, an entirely separate jury on that issue. My motion to sever was granted.
Let me just say, did they do? Who did the severing?
Well, you did, Judge, when the state
Right.
re-indicted Mr. Walker, and we addressed that before we selected the jury. I requested that charge be severed, and you granted my request for that to be severed.
But that's true, Judge, but I don't think you get a separate jury and everything like that. I think it's the same jury that.
You absolutely do. There are 100 things that would have gone differently. First of all, that somebody would have talked to the jury about in jury selection. Second of all, there are tons of things that were admissible for the purposes of this trial that would not be admissible for purposes of that. So he's entitled to a separate trial for that.
I'm looking for it. That was in June, right? This mouse goes the wrong way sometimes. Look at that, even in the mouse. It's right here. I take it your motion was oral?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Do you just want to get a copy of the contract? Okay. Remember which day you made that on?
So it's been it wasn't a bifurcation, it was a severance.
Well, I understand. So that would have been the 11th. I'll just look at the transcript to make sure of the wording.
Yes.
So did you file a written order on that, Your Honor? Was that in?
Well, I'm going to order a copy of the transcript on the 11th of June. All the arguments prior to the beginning of jury selection. So whatever was done. Does that make any sense? Madam Court Reporter?
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
here.
So, okay, so
I think it was Mia?
Mia was there that day, so I'll get with Mia. All right.
Okay.
Very good. Next, let's ignore that issue for now. So before we enter the death phase.
It would be my position that even if the court were to proceed on that, that we should do that after the second phase as well.
I would agree with that also. The same, even if it was the same jury, it should probably go after the death phase, so there's no. And it might even be you could actually have it contemporaneously with, or use some of the testimony and evidence. They're going to be introducing a lot of that anyways, an aggravating factor. But I'm not worried about that. All right, so let's say that we'll take tomorrow off, and we'll start Thursday morning. And how many days do you anticipate your case would take on the penalty? On the
State's case, half a day to maybe somewhat in a little bit in the afternoon. It's not going to be long.
Okay, and it's defense, and I'm not holding you to anything. I'm just curious.
Approximately 8 to 10 witnesses, one of which will be on Zoom.
We don't do Zoom.
I'm sorry?
We don't do Zoom.
Oh, we're handling all the Zoom.
I don't.
Handling all the arrangements.
I don't
Oh.
allow Zoom for evidentiary hearings.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's in my preferences on it.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't find it to be reliable.
That's fine. That's fine.
So,
A day and a half.
okay. And like I said, I'm not holding anyone to it,
Yeah.
just for the scheduling purposes. So what my intention is, whenever we finish the evidence and before the jury deliberates, so let's say we finish at noon on Tuesday of next week or Wednesday of next week, I would read the instructions Thursday morning so that the jury would have the entire day to deliberate and to avoid issues. Any objections to that?
I I don't foresee it taking that long.
I know, I'm just saying, whatever day it is, I'm not gonna send the jury out for it to start with a half day left.
I totally understand that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So whatever
I'm just saying,
day,
I
yeah.
don't think it's gonna be that far into next week. It might not even get, it might get to like maybe Monday or something.
I agree with Mr. Terry, but either way, we can arrange it that way, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay.
We have no objection to that
Right.
arrangement. That's.
All right. So, we agree there are no issues left for the jury today.
Yes.
State?
That's fine, Judge, yes.
All right, so I'm going to call them in, and I will release them until Thursday morning. I'll have them here at 8:30.
With the same admonitions,
Absolutely.
and then the alternates will come back.
We will notify the alternates to be back as well. Anything else before we bring them back?
Judge Mabry,
Yes.
rise for the jurors.
Jury's returned. Y'all may be seated. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So the state and the defense and I have just talked about some scheduling issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn you until Thursday morning at 10 a.m., where we will begin the second phase of this. I want to remind you that you're to continue to follow the court's instructions. Make sure you avoid any media, TV, radio, internet that would deal with this case. If anybody tries to ask you about this case, tell them that you're still part of the jury of this case and you cannot speak to them, and don't discuss the case amongst yourselves any further until such time as you're instructed to by the court. All right? With that, I will release you, or actually adjourn you, would be a better word, until 10 o'clock in the morning, Thursday of this week. Thank you.
All rise.
Jury's left. Y'all may be seated. Thank you. Any matters we need to discuss? All right. If anything comes up, let me know. Just email me those things when you get them, and I'll be spending some time familiarizing myself with those. Give me a little jump start on it. All right. Thank you. Court will be in recess till 10 a.m. Thursday morning.
Court stands in recess. Please exit.
Yeah, I'll have.